my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek, and I'm sitting down with Julien Besson, and you've brought us a really deep yet easy historic game, Napoleon 1806, which is being published by Chacos.
Yeah, that's it. Hello.
So Julien, why don't you just give us a little context? I mean, obviously there's a date on this. This is a historically accurate game.
Yeah.
But if people aren't familiar with that period of history, what is happening at this time with Napoleon?
So, Napoleon 1806 focused on the Prussian campaign in 1806. It was a tremendous victory from Napoleon because he defeated the Prussian troops in 1 week. So this was really a great campaign. So this is the game that we call it when the game meets history. So you will be able to rewrite history, in fact, and to relive what happened and try to do better for the Prussian, try not to be defeated, and to do as well as Napoleon for the French player. Because in fact the situation is not balanced, because the French are stronger, so they have to push, they have to conquer, they have to fight. You have to do as well as Napoleon, and this is a difficult challenge because he performed very well. And the Prussians, they have to defend, to delay, and to try to seize opportunities to strike back, because they can do it. So it was one of the challenges to do a balanced game.
Yeah.
And one of the other challenges we try to do is to make a historically accurate game, but by making it accessible for a wider audience, because sometimes war games, it's a bit, you imagine that they are difficult, long games, and not easy to play and everything, and we wanted to do something that was easier.
Yeah, a different kind of balance.
Yeah. And so we have several layers of difficulties, and I will explain it a bit when showing you how it works.
Okay, well, take us through.
Okay, so this is the map. So this is a specific map, Playmates. You can see that we printed on a neoprene.
Yeah.
This is really a nice one.
I was asking too, because when you unroll this, I was like, ooh, this is available for purchase. So if you really love this, you can buy the cool mat.
Yes. The normal one, this one. It's
right,
a mountain board. Okay.
But
one of the specificities is everything is hand drawn. You see, every house. This is hand drawn by ink, in China ink. I think you say like that.
Yeah.
By our artist, which is Nicolas Trey. We did a very nice job, I think. So how does it play? So the French are here, blue, Prussian in black. So each block, it represents an army corps. This is a general. You have an order of battle, and here you know the troops that you have for each of the generals.
Lots of announcements today. Keep going.
So Murat, which is a very well-known French marshal, he was a cavalry leader, so he had cavalry troops. Okay? So you display the troop here. And when you have to play, each player plays turn by turn. So we perform an operation. So as a French player, I will say, okay, I want to move Murat. And we use cards, because this is a card-driven game. So you can do a lot of things with the cards. On top right, you can see how you can move. Here, you can see for the battles. Here you can see to recover from fatigue. I will speak a bit later about fatigue. And you can also play the card for events. So you can do a lot of things with the cards. So if I want to move Murat, I say I want to move Murat. I take a card. I can move it from 3 spaces. Okay? And I can 1, 2, 3. As soon as it has moved, okay, turn it back. It can't move anymore for the turn. And afterwards, this is the Prussian player turn. Okay? What I can do is I can move and go for a fight. Because to win, this is clear. You have to fight and to defeat the other player. This is 1 against 1.
Right.
This is not cooperation or anything, or management. You have to fight and you have to defeat your opponent. So if I move, for example, line here, I says the tone, and I replace the flag with my flag, and I get some victory points. Okay? So let's back to the fight. So Murat is fighting against Württemberg, and you will draw a certain number of cards. The number of cards you will draw depends of the troops you have.
Makes sense.
Okay? You can draw 1 or 2 cards depending on the number of troops you have. In this case, Murat, he will take 2 cards. You look at the bottom left and you have the results. And we added something during the Kickstarter campaign. They are the dice. Instead of drawing cards, you can throw dice, because we all like rolling dice. You can do it.
All right, thank you.
I will tell you if it's a good result. Not bad,
okay.
Not bad. So, if you defeat your opponent, you remove some strength points, some cubes, and you win also victory points. Okay? So basically, this is the way you play the game. This is the easy game, the first layer of difficulties. But we added some fog of war elements. Because here it's easy, you see this is Murat, this is Württemberg. But if you put the pieces like this,
you don't know.
You don't know. So it changes everything.
So you would be moving into this battle not knowing the strength you're coming up against.
Yes. And we added this, which are cavalry vedettes. This is mainly some light cavalry troops, and they do some recon units, and they act as dummies. Because if you have this and this, you don't know where is Murat. So this is
you adding reports of 2 groups, but you don't know who's who.
Yes.
Wow.
This is there are more finesse, okay, that we add in the game with this, and with this you can go to do a recon, and you say, okay, I have a vedette. Do you have a corps or not? If it's a corps, the guy say yes. So you know that this is real troops. You remove your vedette because they can't fight these guys. And that's the way it works.
What a simple change to add a whole nother layer of complexity.
Yes, this is not so difficult to add this fog of war element, okay? But it's better to start. We have also kickstart rules. And the kickstart rules, you don't bother about the event on the card, because when you have to look at the cards, okay, what we can do with it, this is a bit more difficult. You just concentrate on maneuver, strategy, and the fight. And after, when you are accustomed with the game, you can play with the events, because there are some funny stuff you can play. You have the rain pouring. Okay, so it's more difficult to move. You can have some fight, okay, some fighting that give you an advantage in case of combat. You can counter order. You can counter a card that the other player played. So this is adding chrome and finesse to the game. And sometimes when you play the good cards at a good moment, it's really enjoyable. And something I didn't speak about, for us it was important to simulate something we call fatigue. Okay? When you push your man, you can't ask everything to your man. You can say, okay, I will move all over the map, because they will be fatigued, they will exhaust. So if you move too fast, you add these cylinders that simulate this fatigue, and you add them here. Okay? If you go up this limit, you are less efficient in combat.
Less one card.
And if you go there, oops, everybody is right, because they can't fight anymore. They are too exhausted. They are not able to sustain a fight. So this is really, really important to be able to manage this fatigue. And something you have to know is during the Napoleonic War, in fact, the direct dead on the battlefield, it was not very important. It was more about exhaustion of the troop, from casualty income from exhaustion, from the guys fleeing, lack of food, diseases and everything. And this is what we simulate with the fatigue. So this is something very important. And this is also a game of maneuver, okay? The goal is to try to move and to concentrate to get the decisive battle. And that's why Napoleon was so good, because he was able to do this, maneuver, concentrate, and beat the enemy thanks to this maneuvering skill. So this is really this.
So I can see how that very much becomes a management of fatigue, to try.
Yes.
How can you coordinate all these different groups and rush one group up there, but then they might have fatigue.
So as I said, you can recover from fatigue with the card also, and if you don't move, you remove all the fatigue, because you just stay during 2 days idle, so you can remove from fatigue. So the game is in English as well. We are out of stock, unfortunately, because it was really an unexpected success.
That's good.
We have 8.5 rating on BGG, so I think that the players they enjoy it. But we are planning a reprint, because we are running at the moment the Kickstarter campaign of the 1807. So 1807, it's in Poland in winter. So with snow, with rain, and it simulates three big battles, which are Pulstuk, Elo, and Friedland. I don't know if you know any of these, but
I'm a little rusty on my Napoleon area, I will admit.
So this will be a bigger game with more scenarios, but the same thing. In fact, I didn't tell, but you can play battle scenarios in less than 1 hour, and the full campaign in 2 hours maximum. Okay.
So, and that also, like, some of the goodies, like the map, are going to be available there.
This map, this specific playmat, are available during the Kickstarter campaign. After, it won't be in retail, because it's too difficult to handle to sell them in retail. And so I hope you will enjoy this, and if you can pledge, we will be really happy.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is what we're looking at is Napoleon 1806, but also a sneak preview that you guys have Napoleon 1807 coming out, and that is from Shakos. And Julian, thank you again.
Thanks to you. Bye-bye.